It's time for Tip Tuesdays with Dr. Shanna Grant.
Hello everyone and welcome back to our YouTube channel. So today we're going to dive into the 4 must-dos when you decide to become an online tutor, or really how to become an online tutor, the successful tips to becoming an online tutor. So we're doing all of this in one video, okay? Now, first and foremost, you have to familiarize yourself with the online platforms that you can use to tutor, right? So for instance, Zoom, Skype, Google Meet, right? You want to make sure you're familiarizing yourself with these different platforms because you have to pick one, or sometimes you have to use multiple because maybe one client prefers the other over the other or something like that. And so you have to be familiar with these different platforms so that you can actually provide the service, right? And also what you can do is utilize websites such as Upwork that you can list your profile online for free and advertise your services that way. So you want to make sure you're doing that, okay? Next, what you want to make sure you're doing is you want to determine your niche. You probably hear this a lot. And this is really, what are you tutoring and to whom, right? So for instance, we are a math tutoring company and we really specialize in all levels, but we focus mainly on high school tutoring. And so you want to decide, well, what am I going to tutor and to whom am I going to do this? Because this is how you will become, more marketable, and you can market yourself that way when you know who your target audience is. So you want to make sure you're zoning in on a specific topic or topics, right? If that's what your choice is. And who are you tutoring these topics to? What grade level? All right. You want to outline your rates, okay? You want to make sure you're outlining your rates, your hours, and how are you getting paid, right? And so, of course, tutors are usually paid based on their expertise. So if you're an entry-level tutor who just graduated college, you might not be starting out at $80 an hour, right? So you want to make sure that the rate that you're charging matches your expertise. You also want to make sure you have already a calendar established of what hours are you going to tutor, because now you're setting your own schedule, right? Are you going to tutor twice per week, 3 times per week, only after 4 p.m., right? You have to make sure you know, well, what are my hours going to be? Right? And lastly, you want to make sure you are really zoning in on how are you getting paid? Are you accepting PayPal? Accepting Zelle? Right? These are the things that most businesses are using. But other businesses do invoicing system, and some do invoice you weekly, some invoice clients monthly. How are you wanting to get paid, and how often? And so these are very important things that you have to really iron out. Lastly, what you want to do is build an online website or profile, right? How are people going to learn about you if you don't have an online presence? Everybody goes to Google when they're looking for a tutor. And so if you are deciding that you're going to tutor, you have to have if you don't have a website, you have to have a profile. But we do recommend that you get a website, right? So that people can learn about your expertise that way and see what you're doing, right? But if at any rate, you want to make sure that wherever you go, you can also go to free places I've mentioned to upload, a profile for yourself. But at any rate, you want to make sure that you're giving sample lessons, you're putting up photos that may depict, who you are, show your personalities and those type of things, right? Because people are going to be scouting out. And we talked about this in one of our previous videos in terms of where people are looking for that relationship. And so you building this online platform or this website online presence is a way for people to kind of get to know the type of person you are, the type of tutor you're going to be, and if you will fit with what you're looking for. All right. And so, yeah, that's it. Once you get these 4 things out the way, you are set to becoming an online tutor. Good luck. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.